GED Science, what is an ecosystem? Imagine walking through a forest or standing on a beach and seeing so many different plants, animals, and even tiny microorganisms all living and working together. That whole community is called an ecosystem. It is a system where living things and non-living things interact closely. These interactions help support life and keep everything balanced. An ecosystem has two main parts: living organisms and non-living components. The living parts include plants, animals, fungi, bacteria, and other tiny organisms. Plants and algae are called producers because they make their own food using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide through a process called photosynthesis. Animals are consumers because they eat other living things to get energy. Some animals eat only plants, called herbivores. Others eat only meat, called carnivores. Some eat both plants and animals, called omnivores. Decomposers like fungi and bacteria break down dead plants and animals. This process returns nutrients to the soil, helping new plants grow. The non-living parts of an ecosystem include sunlight, water, air, soil, minerals, and temperature. These elements influence how well living things survive and grow. For example, plants need sunlight and water to grow, while animals depend on water and air to breathe. Temperature affects whether certain plants and animals can live in an area. Energy flows through an ecosystem in a pattern called a food chain or food web. Producers get energy from the sun and pass it to consumers when they eat plants or other animals. As energy moves up from plants to herbivores and then to carnivores, it gets less at each step. This is shown in an energy pyramid. Nutrients like carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and water cycle between living organisms and the environment. These cycles keep the ecosystem balanced and healthy. Ecosystems are organized into different levels. A population is all the members of one species living in the same place. A community includes all the different populations living together. When you add the physical environment like water, soil, and climate, you get an ecosystem. Understanding ecosystems helps us see how living things depend on each other and their environment. It also shows how human activities like pollution or cutting down trees can change these natural systems. Knowing about ecosystems can help us protect nature, manage resources wisely, and understand the world around us better. This knowledge is useful for the GED Science test and for everyday life because it connects to how cells and organisms work together in the natural world.